So, Doug, we have all kinds of artists on the show. And finally, we have a bona fide, official, classically trained musician and singer.
That is really
neat. And it's not Peter.
And it's not Peter.
I heard you're classically trained as well.
I'm classically trained as well, but we will talk about that another episode. We are so fortunate to have Gracie Shenk and Gracie Shanky. She will be here with us, and tonight she will also sing a few songs. So we're in for a good show. It sort of reminds me of like an edition of the Muppets or Lawrence Welk. We're going to have some live music.
Oh, not Lawrence Welk.
Yeah, do you know why they took that off the air? Too much sax and violins. Please welcome Gracie. We're delighted you're here, Gracie. You know, Gracie is such a really famous name. You know, there's a whole big movement called Gracie Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I don't know if you ever heard that.
I have not heard that.
Yeah, in the Jiu-Jitsu field, Gracie from Brazil is famous. So you have a famous name.
Gracie Allen.
Gracie Allen.
Do you ever hear of Gracie Allen?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have? That's pretty good press.
I don't know. Who's Gracie Allen?
You're kidding.
Maybe I am. Let's hold that thought for now. So, Gracie, you sing. What style? First of all, I've listened to some of your music. How would you? What genre is that? I listened. It sounded like a little soul, little pop, little R&B, and then I realized I have no idea. So, how do you characterize your music?
There's a new kind of word that people have characterized for that kind of middle space called lo-fi that I really enjoy.
Lo-fi.
I think that kind of encompasses it pretty well.
It's very close to the kind of yogurt I buy, low fat.
Exactly.
Lo-fi.
Lo-fi, yeah.
Lo-fi.
So just same idea, kind of like toned down a little bit.
Wasn't low fat a James Bond villain?
Yeah, low fat. No, Hawaii Five-0, McGarrett.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, a little fat. And so, do you rap?
I do not. My business partner does. He's a hip hop artist, but I don't. I really just enjoy singing. I'm not really talented in the rap area.
Does he rap and you sometimes sing on a song?
Yeah, no, it definitely works out collaboratively for sure.
Oh yeah, because I like hearing some of that.
Yeah, have you featured him on some of your albums?
Yeah, we have a pretty good kind of symbiotic thing where if he ever needs background vocals or anything like that, I'll record some runs and stuff for him, or if I need some more heavy hitting stuff, he'll record a verse for me, everything like that. So
wow, that's
it's
great.
definitely pretty cool.
You know, I've made the same offer to Conway West, but he hasn't taken me up on it yet.
No.
Do a couple of background vocals.
Just keep hitting the DMs. I'm sure he'll see them.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time. I'm 62. I'm going to be
just hasn't gotten around to it.
Hasn't seen him yet.
So, besides singing, I understand you're also a musician in terms of you play some instruments.
Yeah.
And what do you like? Do you play? What do you play?
I'm classically trained with piano first, and then violin, cello. I picked up ukulele, and I really enjoy. Yeah.
Nice. The electric ukulele.
No, just classic ukulele.
So
which one's your favorite?
I really like the sound of cello, but I really like playing violin. Violin and viola are definitely a little bit easier as far as like just having them right there, but the sound of a cello is so warm and so wholesome to me. It's definitely one of my favorites.
Have you ever fiddled? Played fiddle? You know, it's similar to violin, but
yeah. The difference is the two strings on the top, whether or not they're set apart from the bridge like this or set from apart the bridge like this.
And also, do you hold it in the cradle of your arm rather than
you can. Yeah, you can if you want to. I don't really go that far, but I did have a fiddle for a little while that was set really low, and it was really cool to kind of do like all the double stops and everything.
Now, you used a term that I've heard a lot, but I'm not sure I understand what it means, and that is when someone says they're classically trained, I immediately think, oh, you went to Juilliard or something. So what if someone tells you they're classically trained? What sort of does that imply?
So it kind of implies taking music theory classes, and also for me personally just being trained with like the different private lessons, and I had to kind of sit through Schumann and Brahms and Mendelssohn and all the things that are not necessarily so fun to play sometimes, but they definitely mean a lot as far as core music skills and as far as really kind of getting that soul to your music goes. So it's important for sure.
Well, I in high school I played clarinet amongst other things, and my favorite was Tchaikovsky and the 1812 Overture, and so that was like so awesome.
Those
You
are
should
really
have
cool.
played the canon. You'd probably be more your speed.
Yeah, I know. So I guess what I'm saying is that I'm classically trained.
Yeah, absolutely. You could
Oh
say that
man,
for
my
sure.
partners are not going to hear the end of this.
So there you go.
I don't know what kind of class. No, we don't use class with Peter.
And so part of music is the practicing, but also some of it is the performing. Like, do you on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 is I love it. Where do you sort of rank in terms of performing in front of a crowd?
Definitely 10. At first, I'm always nervous. I always kind of get the jitters. Sometimes you can kind of see if I'm holding my microphone, you can kind of see like my hand shaking a little bit. It's kind of embarrassing. But once I kind of get into the lyrics and I start hearing the music, everything like that, it definitely becomes a lot easier. It's a lot easier to kind of interact with the crowd and meet them on their level, sort of, to try to get them interested.
Do you ever put on really cool costumes like Elton John or Madonna or
Not quite, no. I try to look nice, but I'm not quite there yet.
No, great, there you go. And do you write your own lyrics or do you perform other people's stuff, or both?
Both, usually. So for live performances, lately I've been doing kind of a mix of my own stuff and cover songs of YouTube and everything like that, artists that I really like and stuff. But generally when it comes to the music that I produce, I write all my own lyrics, everything like that. Sometimes I'll make my own beats.
How long does it take you to write a song?
It depends. So I have definitely just pages and pages of notes on my phone where it's kind of half put together lyrics. I love writing, and I feel that when inspiration comes, it's important to kind of put it to paper. So sometimes it's just about finding that right music and putting those words together.
Do you, for the inspiration, do you do anything to sort of inspire yourself? Is there certain kinds of music that you'll listen to or how do you like turn up the creativity?
Yeah. So a lot of what I'll do is listen to artists that either don't really have my style or who kind of have the feeling or the soul that I'm looking for, but that I know that I can't recreate in the same way. The reason being, I really like the way that they sound, and I want to be able to incorporate that feeling without copying in any way. And I feel like if I listen to, stuff like Ariana Grande or stuff like things that are similar to what I'm doing, it will kind of start to filter in a little bit subconsciously.
Sure, that makes sense. And so, like, do you ever set aside like a day to write, or is it more kind of just when you can fit in? Because I know you have like regular jobs and stuff too.
Yeah. It's just kind of when the inspiration strikes. Sometimes I'll write it down if I'm at the grocery store. Sometimes I'll write it down if I'm at my day job.
So you're the one always delaying the checkout.
Nope, not at all.
Come on, man, keep it moving. I can't. I've got it. I've just about got it. I got it. What key should I do this in?
I bet if you told your customer that you had an inspiration for writing a song, they'd probably say, "Oh, go ahead."
See, exactly. I work in a leasing office, so I can always just make a very important phone call and head to the back.
That's great. Do you use any particular type of software or artificial intelligence to help create music? What kinds of programs would you use if you're not sharing your secrets?
No worries. Definitely no kind of secret. Actually, I had to kind of learn the hard way about what programs to use and everything. I was using a brand new MacBook computer that I paid a lot of money for, and I was using Pro Tools through it, and then it updated automatically, and I went to the new system, nothing worked, so I went through the long process of getting rid of that computer, getting a new computer, and reinstalling absolutely everything. I learned Pro Tools, I learned Logic, I learned Fruity Loops, so now I just kind of bounce in between those.
Fruity Loops. I used to
Fruity
do that for
Loops.
breakfast.
That's not the cereal here.
Yeah.
Fruity Loops, is that like you can create a loop of music? Is that what it does? Or
Kind of, yeah. You could
because
just
I mean,
that.
you also said you write your own beats. That implies like you're rapping.
No.
I'm
So
sorry.
more
That's
just
all.
music composition as far as that stuff goes. So the background tracks, more of like the putting the melodies together and putting the different percussion instruments that you hear in the background together. Fruity Loops is definitely a good place for that.
Fruity Loops. I'll have to add that to my Christmas list.
Yeah. See?
And we will talk about more
Yeah, but
Christmas
he's going to
ideas.
spell out Fruit Loops.
Yeah. When we come back, I'm going to ask you, do you have then your own equivalent of a home studio? And we'll find out the answer to that when we come right back. Welcome back to the third chair. I'm Peter. Doug is still Doug, and we are here with Gracie Shenk. Thank you for being here. When we left off, I asked the question, do you have a home studio? Because, you know, sort of the thing I think about recording, you know, you have your microphones and your soundproof rooms and your insulation and all that. Mm-hmm. Do you set something up at home, or do you go to like a formal studio?
Yeah, so kind of half and half. It depends on how quickly I'm trying to finish a project. So typically, I do have a at-home studio that I can record things in and then send everything over sound bites and stuff to my guy who mixes it, and he's great. Or I can go to the studio and they can kind of mix it right there for me. So if I have something that's all the way ready to go and I just need to, you know, put it down, I'm really sure of how I want it to sound, then sometimes I'll just go to the studio, get it all done in one day. But if I'm kind of more working on something slowly, which is what I typically do, and I'm a little bit of a perfectionist about it, so I like to
You're
have
a perfectionist.
Yeah.
You're a perfectionist.
How hard is it to be a perfectionist when you're performing music? Because I'm sure, you know,
Yeah.
if
pretty
you're
much.
singing a song and you're like, oh, I missed that note.
Right, exactly that. I definitely am one of my own worst critics, but I feel that I'm really lucky to have a good musically trained business partner, because he will definitely tell me the good and the bad from what I did, and I feel like I can take it as constructive criticism, and it's coming from a place of knowledge and not a place of critique in a negative way.
Sure, yeah. When I used to play with the Beatles, I had to learn to take constructive
Peter,
criticism.
Absolutely.
That was in your backyard, and those were
Those are Beatles on the
yeah.
yeah. I played lead guitar. Yeah,
It's a bug's life.
Yeah, it's a bug's life. Yeah. Good, Doug.
Okay. Now you have this group, Gertrude Musical Group.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell us what that is?
Yes. Okay. So, we have kind of an inside joke among us of this scenario, right? You're in a nursing home, and we're both old, right? We're both crippled, and we're acting up. We're getting into things. We're trying to poke other people and stuff like that. And the nurse comes and she says, "Gertrude." And both of us turn around, and you don't know who we're talking to, and then we just get to, like, Dumb and Dumber situation. And it became a silly name for the group.
Our producer Doug and I do that too.
Exactly.
And it was always the other Doug.
Exactly.
We're never in trouble because it was the other Doug.
But our mission statement is pretty heavy, so we wanted to make sure that we kept it light as far as the name goes, just something that we can kind of throw around as like a household name later on.
So does this have to do with your music or?
Yeah, so whenever I was working by myself and I was trying to find a label to work with, everything like that, I ran into a lot of issues where as a woman I wasn't being taken seriously in a lot of rooms. A lot of people would tell me that I'm being emotional when I know for a fact that I communicate myself very professionally. So it turned out my business partner was having a lot of the same issues, just being not white. So we decided to create a space where we have plenty of resources to be able to do kind of whatever we like to do and not have those walls to run into.
Sure.
Wow,
So,
That's the way to do it.
Good
You take
idea.
your own control and you move forward.
Exactly. Try to
It's-
offer
it's-
that space for others.
It's hard to get signed by a record label, though. I mean, that's
difficult, yeah.
And then from what I heard, sometimes that in itself is a horror story. It's like some people will say, like, I'm kind of glad I didn't get signed by a record label.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now everybody wants original stuff, but they want it in the same way.
Exactly that.
It seems like today. The one producer, Sam Phillips, and he discovered Elvis, Johnny Cash, Roy Orbison, Jerry Lee Lewis, Carl
Johnny Cash.
Perkins. I mentioned him.
No,
I mean,
you
that's
didn't.
at least 5, and he was discovering, because he was looking for unique. And I mean, he was serious about it, but a lot of other it seems like there's no one, because I guess it's become such a corporate game now. And
That's pretty crazy.
Well, you
huh?
mentioned Johnny Cash. Do you sing any country and western?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, nice. Do you wear like a cowboy hat and boots?
No. It's not super serious. Being from Virginia, I definitely have a couple of songs that I really like. Every once in a while, I'll bust out some Dixie Chicks at a concert or something. I do laundromat sets, and sometimes they get kind of, if people aren't paying attention or something, I'll throw the Dixie Chicks at them and kind of confuse them a little bit, see if they'll start
A
paying attention.
laundromat set. Okay.
Yeah, that begs the question.
Yeah,
What is
begs
a
the question.
laundry?
What's a laundromat set?
Well, when I first started performing live, I first approached a business called the Laundry Lounge. They have a location on Academy.
Oh yeah, the laundry lounge in town here.
They're
yeah,
great.
yeah.
Aren't they? Yeah, they're absolutely great. And the owner, Keith, was actually really, really awesome about saying, yeah, you can come and perform. The manager will get in touch with you and kind of see if your music is worth its salt, all that good stuff. So I spoke with the manager, and she is an amazing woman. She listened to the music, and she got right back with me, and we set up, after the first show, some weekly sets. So I go over there, do 20-30 minutes around 7 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
That's neat.
Yeah.
And when you do gigs like that, do typically the establishments pay you, or is it more like you open your guitar case and people
Yeah.
throw you tips, kind of like an open mic thing?
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. I definitely don't do any kind of paid situation there. Now that I'm doing more live shows, I am starting to get to the point where I'm getting paid for the live shows that I do, but when I first started there, they're kind of the first people to take a chance on me, and they told me that I could work for tips, and that's all I'm really worried about, so.
I'm sorry, did I just give you a sec? Do you write songs for other people?
I don't, not as of right now.
Is that something you'd be open to? Like someone say, like I want a song for a boxing movie. Only it can't be Rocky.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, I can't be Rocky.
Right, some
But
kind of-
something close to Rocky.
So what's something close to Rocky? Yeah.
You have this motto or mantra, Gertrude is everywhere. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, Gertrude is everywhere, Gertrude is everyone. It's definitely kind of a inclusive statement. It's kind of to say that it doesn't really matter how late you start music, it doesn't really matter who you are, what your background is. Everyone can relate to music in some way. Everyone can kind of feel a positive emotion from music, or feel, if you're feeling really sad and you listen to a sad song that kind of just nails that feeling that's inside, it really is like a release of some sort. So that's meant to be kind of just an inclusive statement that makes everyone feel at home in the music.
Nice.
Yeah,
Sometimes,
I have my iPod, and basically I can't drive without it.
Basically a DJ. See? Exactly.
Basically, yeah. It's like,
Sometimes I listen
like-
to Beth by Kiss and I can't help but cry.
See? Exactly. I'm telling you. It's
So we're gonna
DJ.
have Doug the musical coming up soon.
There we go.
Doug the
I would
musical.
watch it.
Both of us. Neither of us can sing, but
yeah, that would be. People would be running out of the movie theater.
Well, we tested that theory. Doug, the producer, and myself, we were actually in Scrooge. Woodman Valley Church puts on kind of like a Broadway musical. It's very, very big, and we actually were singing and dancing townspeople in it.
I wouldn't call anything I was doing singing or dancing.
Yeah,
I was there.
He was there. He was there. It was a
Taking up
great.
space.
It was a great experience. We started preparing for that. For the Christmas shows in August, actually. It was a lot of rehearsal. I was really surprised.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but it was a fantastic experience.
Cool.
You know why? Because I have never seen 30 men in the men's room talking about their makeup. Everyone knew. Oh, I use a buckskin blush and Brazil nut lipstick and
I'm
my
telling
highlight.
you,
Oh,
everybody needs to get into skincare. You never know until you try it.
yeah. Oh, I couldn't believe it. Yeah.
So, do you give lessons?
I used to. I used to give violin lessons, mostly to kiddos and stuff, but I haven't really gotten back into it when I moved back to Colorado, just because
Okay, that was something in Virginia.
focus more on other stuff. In Virginia, I did like them through the school and through different orchestras at school and everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
In our next segment, you're gonna sing for us.
Cool. I'm excited.
She's singing the next segment?
Yes.
All right. Beautiful.
Not as you asked her question. She's not going to answer them. Well, you could do that.
I could try.
Yeah, answer them in song. Or better, it could be a call response. I could
It'll be
sing
the
the
third
questions.
chair of the musical.
I just have to sing my answers.
Your answers will be way better than my questions. All right, so we'll be right back. Doug, most of our viewers and followers know that our new episodes come out on YouTube on Thursday nights.
Right.
But we have a new announcement about the third chair.
Exciting announcement.
Starting with the older episodes, they're now going to be on a TV channel.
Yes, very exciting.
So the TV channel is with the Pikes Peak Library District, Comcast Channel 17 here in Colorado Springs. And I believe the episodes are going to play at 7 o'clock at night, but they may cycle them, and who knows, maybe they'll be on at 2 or 3 in the morning. So if you're in Colorado Springs and you have Comcast and access to Channel 17, you're able to watch The Third Chair. The episodes are edited a little bit shorter. Some of the commercials are taken out on TV.
It should be exciting.
Yeah, I can finally tell my friends I'm really on TV.
We could tell them we're TV stars.
That's right.
This magic spell you cast. This is la vie en rose. When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see la vie en rose. When you press me to your heart, I'm in a world apart, a world where roses bloom. And when you speak, angels sing from above. Every day your words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and spell you cast. This seems like beyond roses. When you kiss me, heaven sighs, and though I close my eyes, I see beyond roses. When you press me to your heart, I'm in a world apart. A world roses bloom. And when you speak, angels sing from above. Everyday words seem to turn into love songs. Give your heart and soul to me, and life will always be to be chill, but you're so hot that I melted. I tried right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back. Before the cool done run out, I'll be giving it my best taste, and nothing's gonna stop me but divine intervention. Reckon it's again my turn to win some more, learn some, but I won't hesitate. Open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find love, 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 love. Listen to the music of the moment, people dance and sing. We're just one big family, and it's our God-forsaken right to be loved, love, 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 love. So I won't hesitate no more, no more. We cannot wait. I'm sure there's no need to complicate our time. It's short, this is our fate. I'm yours. Do what to come on, scooch on, oh. good song, no, the closer, dear. I will never let you. It's good to Been spending way too long, checking my tongue in the mirror and bending over backwards just to try to see it clearer. My breath fogged up the glass, so I drew a new face and I laughed. Guess what I've been singing is there ain't no better reason to rid yourself of vanities and just go with the seasons. It's what we aim to do. Our name is our virtue, but I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours. Open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and damn, you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find that the sky is yours. So please don't, please don't, please don't. There's no need to complicate, 'cause our time is short. This is our fate. I'm yours.
Welcome back to the third chair.
Yeah, that was great singing, wasn't it?
That was great singing. Yeah, way better than mine.
Well, that's not exactly a compliment.
That's not
but,
saying that.
I mean, anyone in this room, I mean...
And Teacher, you kept trying to take her microphone away from her.
That was good. Yeah.
I'll have to cut that section out.
Now, did you ever listen to any like Blondie, Deborah Harris growing up? Was that?
Kind of, not
really.
Harry Harris was the math teacher. So you gave us three great songs. Let's talk about them a little bit. La Vie en Rose. Now, was that Louis Armstrong song?
Yeah.
Is that a soft Louis Armstrong song?
Yeah.
Tell me what's appealing about that song. Would you like? Do you sing that at special times or special functions? Or?
It's definitely just kind of one of my introductory songs as far as sets go. I feel like it's really soft. I really like Louis Armstrong's music. It's definitely an inspiration as far as the kind of feeling goes that I'd like to portray in my music. So that one's definitely a cool one for introduction.
Do you play any trumpet?
No.
No. My father a long time ago saw Louis Armstrong in Las Vegas, and
cool.
Louis Armstrong played "Hello, Dolly" 5 times as an encore, and the crowd was going 5 times. He played the whole song 5 times, and the crowd was going crazy.
That's really cool.
That I would have loved to have seen that. That had to be like history, a historical moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It would have been neat.
Yeah, boy, he had a great smile, and I loved his pearly white teeth, and he could play trumpet. He was so good. And then you hit us with All In. All In. So how'd you pick that title, and what does that song have special meaning for you?
Yeah, it's definitely one that I wrote when I was kind of feeling more, obviously, just kind of emotional and like just very loving and everything like that. It was something that I wrote because I was feeling very sure, and it was a good feeling because I feel that I'm one of those people that always will put all of myself into, loving either my family or in friendships or relationships that I have. I'm definitely one of those people who loves very hard, so it's always something that's like really cool for me to communicate. I have a lot of friends who use it as a self-love song, so I think that that's really cool because it definitely it just kind of talks about giving that devotion to whoever you're singing the song to, whether it be a friend, yourself, a partner, whoever.
Could I could see it also people hearing it and sort of thinking it like I'm all in this career. I'm an artist and I'm all in. I'm going to do this entirely with everything I got.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, so maybe you need to release a motivational LP.
It's motivational kind of exactly. Yeah.
You can do it.
I know.
Wait, we're
like
going back
Ross
to
track.
Adam Sandler movies. You can't do it.
You can't do it. Yeah.
Well,
Only she's a way better singer than Adam Sandler.
Would it be compilation of other people's songs, and you can take this job and shove it as a motivational?
Well, or Twisted Sister. Have you ever sang like "We're not gonna take it"?
See, there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
We Are Family.
We are family. That's going back a ways. Is
Yeah,
that
but
like,
you know,
is that Sly?
This is
and
the point where the show just kind of goes off the
Sister
rails.
Sledge.
Yeah.
But you know what? That Pittsburgh Pirates played that in the clubhouse in 1979, and they won the World Series.
Nice.
And they think it was because of the song.
Well, I think the song helped.
I'm more of a football
I mean, it was-
basketball kind of guy, but I feel you.
Yeah, nice.
I like those, but baseball's my game.
Is it?
He loves baseball. And then you sang "I'm Yours." So what's the story behind that song that made you want to sing that one, or it's special meaning for you?
That one I definitely have a special place in my heart for. My cousin and I sang it at a Valentine's Day banquet when we were kids. We used to really like harmonizing together and like singing together for different church functions and different events around our town. So that was definitely a cool little like introduction to the song. And I went to Guitar Center that day and picked up the ukulele and learned 5 chords for that concert specifically, and then that's where like my love of playing for it blossomed. So that was pretty cool. It kind of got me into the whole strumming stuff. I can't play guitar, so that's perfect.
Well, it's interesting. You said you like the harmonizing parts. I'm always amazed, at least when I've tried to sing, how you can start out trying to sing harmony, and before you know it, like everyone is singing the lead melody. Very, very. It takes quite a discipline to like keep your harmony part.
Unless you sing bad like me, then you can claim it is the harmony part.
See,
even though it's...
there you go. Just say it. Say you're working on a second part for it.
Yeah. Hey, I had to. We our choreographed moves were together on the musical we're in, and it was tough. Doug had his own version of the melody.
That's good.
But that's thinking outside the box.
Sing the song that's inside you, Doug. Don't worry.
That's right. He's also classically trained by the United States Army. But that's yeah. So and we might get some more music later.
Yeah. Just a little bit. I've got a couple more originals for you guys.
Probably next week.
I'm thinking next week. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds
because we have other important stuff to ask about.
Well, I appreciate you guys having me for sure.
Oh, that's awesome. Let me roll around then to some questions about you performed here to an audience of 3, probably not too scary. But do you get nervous?
Absolutely. I mean, sometimes you can tell like my microphone is shaking when I'm up there. It's crazy.
Do you use that energy to help you sing? And
I really try to, yeah. I try to just kind of like, if I realize I'm taking too many deep breaths and kind of hyperventilating, I try to just push it back out in a nice note. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But
about how
usually I can
far
kinda-
in advance of a performance do you catch yourself beginning to either get a little butterflies or whatever?
I'm usually just fine right up until I get there and the music starts playing.
Oh, so really, so
then you hype up.
Exactly. Then I'm like, oh, it's time.
now how
Better
much
start.
how much of the anxiety is, let's say, maybe you haven't rehearsed the song as much as you want? Are there times when you sort of like know there are reasons for the anxiety, or sometimes it just comes?
Definitely. Sometimes it's just kind of run of the mills, just being up in front of people. I used to absolutely hate singing in front of people, and then I realized if I want to sing professionally, I have to sing in front of people at some point. But there have been times where just I either know that there's one song that I haven't worked on as much as I should, or I forget to breathe in the way that I coach myself to, and I get really frustrated in those times because I'm like, these are things that I know and I just need to keep reminding myself. So it's definitely a lot of self-forgiveness and a lot of kind of giving yourself grace, so to speak, to make sure that you're staying in the moment and not getting caught up in those little things.
Yeah.
Did you bring water or something to the stage with you to help calm you
Absolutely.
down, or give yourself
Yeah.
a break? Or
Yeah.
Are we saying water or something?
Yeah.
Well,
Is there
yeah,
something you
drink.
put in the
I just
water?
bring like a full flask of vodka. I'm just kidding.
No, actually, one of our last tattoo artist guests, he was here with, he says, I'm a little nervous and I have pineapple juice and vodka in my cup. Yeah, he did a great interview.
That's great.
Yeah.
See, that's how you do it, man. No, I make like some hot tea or something.
Oh, okay.
Some
See,
chamomile,
that's
yeah.
See,
so-
you guys went off the wrong track here.
Is there
wanna be
anything
messing with
new about that? We're always on the wrong track.
Well, that's
wrong
true.
Track, yeah, track number 9, yeah, on an 8-track set, yeah. Well, when we come back, we will definitely talk about something.
I know, but we're going to talk about trash.
We're going to talk about trash. Hi, I'm Peter from Pikes Peak Recovery Coaching, and as you know, I do help people with drug and alcohol recovery issues. I love to help people get better, but I also offer a variety of other services, including regular life coaching services. I've helped several people write and finish a book. I've helped a doctor that was in medical school graduate and then get into a residency. And I also actually have quite a background in mathematics, and I do some math tutoring for the GED as well as the ASVAB for those that are thinking about a career in the military. So my contact information is on the screen. Please send me an email or a text, and we can talk about some of these services and how I can help. That's Peter Grigg at Pikes Peak Recovery Coaching.
Welcome back to the third chair. We're here with Peter.
Yo!
He hasn't escaped yet or fallen asleep. And our lovely guest,
I put
Grace.
super glue on the chair. He can't go
No,
anywhere.
well, no wonder.
We're here with Grace. Yeah, Gracie.
Gracie or Grace?
It
Which
doesn't
one?
matter.
No. So sometimes people have preferences.
I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
So one of the things I heard you like to recycle trash in your own house. How does that work? Or how does that?
I feel like I'm one of those people who's really stubborn, and when something breaks, I'm like, it's not really broken. You know, when you come to your mom with like the soap and she's like, it's empty, and you're like, it's not really empty, and she fills it with water, and then all of a sudden it's reusable again. I'm definitely that friend. So I just like to be able to collect all the items until I can podge them into something, like little pieces of glass, put them into a window or something.
Nice.
So do you go to ARC or somewhere like that, or in Goodwill and shop?
Yeah.
Do you have a certain shopping day that you do this, or?
Not really any certain day, but I definitely like the ARC. Goodwill is really good too.
I like the ARC because you can get 50% off if you're old on Tuesdays.
Nice.
And he's
So
old.
I get to go because I'm a vet, so.
Well,
Nice.
see there, we can
Stack
go
of
shopping
discounts.
all week. And my daughter likes retro clothes, so I just like she
See?
picks out like 8 outfits, and I pay $20. I'm like,
There you go.
Can't beat
Easy
that.
peasy.
She loves her dad, Dad, yeah.
Loves your dad. Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong.
so what is the best thing you ever found that like you're really proud that doing this type of thing?
Oh, that's a tough one. That's a really tough one because I've gotten the two that I can think of most recently is a royal blue raincoat that I found for $3. That is really, really like in nice condition. It's really, really cool, and it's a really great raincoat. And I can't believe that anybody gave it up just because it was missing a button. So I just sewed a new button on there.
He's $3 and a cost of thread and a button.
Exactly, and I already had buttons at the house, so like, why not? And then I got this picture frame that has really wide edges, and the back was broken off, so I used it I replaced the picture with one of me and my partner, and then I use it as a little tray now. And it makes a
Oh.
perfect tray.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good idea.
And everybody's like, where'd you get this tray? It's so cool, and it's got a photo of you. And I'm like, well, I made it. Kind of.
That's a pretty good one.
Thanks.
So you're a singer, and I suppose you want people to know like how they could contact you in case they want you to sing for them.
For sure. Please,
Or
definitely.
buy an album.
Right.
Oh,
Buy
you
the
have
album,
albums?
contact me for, weddings, all that good stuff. Gshenky is how my artist name is spelled. It's G Shenky. It's just my last name pretty much. And you can definitely contact me there on my Instagram. I have a business page that's connected through my Instagram, so it should be pretty easy to find. And then there's booking, email, all that information right through there.
So it's real easy to do.
Yeah, super
Your
easy.
website usually works.
Usually, yeah. try to.
Fantastic.
Getting
And
a little more difficult with that these days.
now I noticed I checked out your business website. You had listed some of the services we provide. You had listed the violin and the cello
Yeah.
singing lessons.
Absolutely.
Are you still doing some of that?
Yeah, I would love to. I haven't really been pushing that as much in the springs, but if anybody knows anybody who needs some lessons, I can't provide the instruments right now, so that's been the main holdback is people don't really have a violin or a cello that they're ready to invest in their child for yet.
Yeah, yeah.
But keyboard lessons are easy peasy. Keyboards are $30.
Yeah,
Piano
yeah.
lessons start kids out great. So
You also
That's a
mentioned
good
on your
way to
website
start.
that you offer some type of digital marketing services. Is that
Yeah.
did I read that right?
absolutely.
Yeah, what's that about? What kind of service could people get with that?
So for small businesses, there's a lot of ways to get different grants, and there's a lot of ways to get free advertising, things like that, through Google. So I use a lot of those tactics, and then for a lot of people who are trying to kind of breach into the social media aspect, there's a lot of things like Linktree and just, certain free apps that you can use to really expand your presence and really expand kind of your reachability, everything like that. So if you hit the Instagram at GSHENKY and you see that Linktree and you want to learn how to do it, let me know.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And I think we mentioned earlier you're coming back next week, right?
Yes, sir. Thanks
We
for
got,
having me.
yeah, we're gonna.
We're glad to have
she's
you.
gonna sing some Led Zeppelin for us.
Just a statement. That's what we can
we don't guarantee the Led Zeppelin, but
Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Please like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell icon so you know when we've uploaded another episode. Thank you and good night.
This is